Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word of sincerity and truth on the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm going to start in Maccabees, first Maccabees 1 and 11. And I also have an article I'm going to get into. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we have departed from them, we have had much sorrow. All right. And the reason that I wanted to get this scripture, all right, covenant with the heathen. And a covenant is like a contract. All right. And that's what you see in Lil Wayne, Ice Cube, 50 Cent. Not to say anybody that's a Democrat is any better. All right. But you're seeing them trying to make a covenant with the heathen. And this covenant, current covenant that they're trying to make is called the Platinum Plan. All right. Trump unveils Platinum Plan for Black Americans, and you seeing a lot of Israelites, all right, buying into this shit, man. All right. America is not going to save you, man. All right. Only Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to have mercy on the elect, save the elect up out of here, and everything else will be destroyed. So there will be no plan that is put in place that will make your stay in America any better, because we, as a people, the Israelites, you Negro, Latino, Native, Seminole, Indian, were put here in America to suffer, man. All right, so let's read this BS. All right. President Donald Trump unveiled a plan aimed at winning over Black Americans on Friday, less than 2 months before the election day, which we know we creeping up on election day now. And notice that he did this shit creeping up on election day, man. They playing y'all, man. Largely expanding upon the existing economic-related initiatives the president established in his first term. It says the proposals include prosecuting the Ku Klux Klan and Antifa as terrorist organizations, making Juneteenth a federal holiday, and efforts to bolster Black economic prosperity. Now, KKK and Antifa, all right, KKK ain't even active like that. Like this ain't the 40s. All right, it ain't active like that. I ain't worried about a KKK. Straight up, if Jake seen a KKK dude, he'd box him. You gotta go run. KKK ain't no threat. KKK is a bunch of old racist white dudes that are your judges, policemen, and shit like that. They ain't let a KKK come and somebody on somebody block, and Jake gonna beat his ass. That KKK shit ain't scary no more. Just like you Antifa cats, that shit ain't scary. You had Jake like that, like in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Jake ain't scared of that shit no more, man. A bunch of dudes in pointy hoods, man. That ain't scary. Just like, I don't know if anybody has seen, but it was this Trump rally type of shit, and they tried to go through the hood with that shit. Jake stopped all them F-150s. Jake got in front of them cars and said, get the fuck out of here. Jake ain't scared of that, man. So that's nothing. Making Juneteenth a federal holiday, that's nothing either. What does that mean? They're gonna make a holiday, because Juneteenth, which I believe is June 19th, is when, the day this so-called got freed of slavery, right? Which we haven't been. You're still in captivity. So they're going to give you a holiday celebrating your release from captivity while still having you in captivity. So that's more bullshit. Black economic prosperity. There was no quote unquote black economic prosperity bigger than Black Wall Street. And what happened to that? But these are the things that they give you, and you throw you a little couple crumbs and you eat it and you happy. All right. It says during an Atlanta event announcing what was deemed the Black Economic Empowerment Platinum Plan, Trump sought to draw a contrast between his plan for the African American community and Joe Biden's proposals, arguing that the former vice president inflicted damage on the Black community over the last 47 years he spent working in Washington. Now, this is true. He's a Democrat, and that's why I don't understand. If you vote Democrat or Republican, you're dumb anyway. If you're a Negro, Latino, Native, Seminole, Indian, but for those who are stuck on being Democrats, you're the dumbest because the Democrats do nothing for you at all. They gave you Planned Parenthood. They gave you abortion clinics and all that shit. That has done nothing but further destroy your community. The welfare system has further destroyed your community because you got a bunch of lazy niggas that just live off the government. That's not helping you do shit. You get a couple $100 of food stamps. All right, which if you need it, don't go get that shit. I ain't against that shit. Shit, if you need to eat, eat. You know what I'm saying? You need a low income housing and all that shit because you homeless, go get it. Shit. But I'm talking about, the type of the jakes I'm talking about. They just sit in the house, so they ain't doing shit. All right. So that's not helping. All right. But it says Trump garnered just 8% of the black electorate in 2016. And an average of recent 2020 polls shows Biden leading Trump with black voters by 83% to 8% or 75-point margin. And that's because Jake is stuck on being Democrats. All right. It says they only care about power for themselves, whatever that means. My opponent is offering black Americans nothing but the same old, tired, empty slogans, which is true. All right. They've been duping y'all ass for 40 years, man. All right. It says the president has been presented different messages on race when playing to different audiences. He defended Confederate symbolism, in which the Confederate flag represents the same thing that the American flag represents. So there's no difference. He has called Black Lives Matter movement a symbol of hate. Days after retweeting and then deleting a video that included a Florida supporter shouting white power, the White House has maintained that Trump did not hear the supporter say the phrase. But on Friday, the president spoke about the pillars of the plan in broad terms, saying that among other proposals, he would be building up peaceful urban neighborhoods with the highest standards of policing, bringing fairness to the justice system, expanding school choice, increasing black home ownership, and creating a national clemency project to right wrongful prosecutions and to pardon individuals who have reformed their lives. All right. And this is more empty promises, man. This is going back to Maccabees. All right. They're trying to make a covenant with the heathen, man. And Lil Wayne bit the line. Ice Cube bit the line. 50 Cent bit the line. You know what I'm saying? And all these celebrities these are your so-called leaders, you Negro, Latino, Native American. They, a lot of them are closeted Trump supporters. All right. Not that being a Biden supporter is any better. I mean, come on, and it's how you know, like I said in my last video, this is just a reality show, man. Like, you see, they got Cardi B interviewing the president. This bitch is a stripper bitch. That's your leader. And you could tell she dumb. I mean, she look good, whatever. But she dumb. She's a big, goofy, dumbass woman, man. All right? Got Diddy, Jay-Z, all these dudes supporting the Democrats. So don't get me wrong, like supporting the Democrats is any better. Anybody that supports any political party that's an Israelite, a Negro, Latino, Native, Seminole, Indian, all y'all some dumbasses. All right? But, he would be peaceful. All right. The proposal borrows efforts from proposals by other Republicans, such as South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, who played a vital role in the establishment of opportunity zones and remains the sole black Republican in the Senate. For example, Trump's plan proposes making lynching a national hate crime. I mean, come on, man. It's 2020, yo. Now lynching is a hate crime? Like, come on, man. But Jake bite on this, man. They bite on this, man. They think this is like progression, man. This ain't shit. All right. In 2019, Scott sponsored legislation to make lynching a hate crime alongside none other than California Democratic Senator Kamala Harris, who is now the Democratic Vice President nominee. The legislation passed in the Senate but was never passed by the House. As demonstrations rocked the country this summer protesting against police brutality and racism following the death of George Floyd, the president sought to console Black Americans who have died as a result of police violence. However, he has consistently delivered a law and order message, calling demonstrators thugs and anarchists and rebuking what he said was protesters' mob rule. A Monmouth University poll released earlier this month found that 82% of Black respondents says Trump handling of the protests made the current situation worse. And it ain't, they trying to put it, with the media, they trying to put it all on Trump. But Jake been rising up and protesting because Jake is sick of that shit. The Most High ain't turned us all the way up yet. But examples have been said that when Jake get mad, they gonna tear shit up, man. All right. Says the president's platinum plan also proposes recognizing Juneteenth, the widely observed holiday commemorating the end of slavery in the United States, as a federal holiday. And there ain't been no end of no slavery in the United States, man. I mean, just think about it, man. What freedom do you have as an Israelite, as a Negro, Latino, Native, Seminole Indian? How are you not a slave? Just for one example, your ID is nothing more than a slave pass. If you know that terminology, it's nothing more than a slave pass. That's why when the police, who were the original slave catchers, pull you over, whether you driving or walking, what's the first thing they say? Your ID at? So come on, man. You still up under their rule, man. All right. Says the Trump campaign scheduled a rally on Juneteenth in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the site of a 1921 massacre of 100 African Americans during racial unrest in a historic section of the city known as Black Wall Street. See, that goes back up to the beginning of the article when they talk about Black economic empowerment. You got to realize Jake at that time with Black Wall Street damn near had their own economy. They had Edomites. This is the 1920s. Edomites was coming to them to get loans. Go look up Black Wall Street, man, if you don't know. And they bombed that shit. So come on, man. This is more empty promises that the Israelites are going to believe. You won't believe the promise of the kingdom of heaven, but you will believe a nigga giving you a holiday. Which y'all niggas ain't gonna do nothing but barbecue pork and shit and be some niggas on that day. So it don't even matter, man. All right. Said Trump said before the rally that it wasn't scheduled on Juneteenth on purpose. But after the event, which his campaign rescheduled in order to avoid further criticism, he sought credit for popularizing the holiday. Trump told the Wall Street Journal that nobody had ever heard of the holiday before he had brought it up. Which, to be honest with you, I ain't never know what that shit was until this year when people was talking about it. It says, I did something good. I made Juneteenth very famous, Trump said. In June, several senators, including Scott and other Republicans, co-sponsored legislation to make Juneteenth a national holiday. All right, and that's the end of the article. But, the point of the article is this is Jake trying to make a covenant with the heathen. All right, when you look at the celebrities, once again, like Lil Wayne, Ice Cube, 50 Cent, they biting on this, and you got a lot of other chicks that's biting on this, all right? The platinum plan, this sound like some bullshit. It sound like some rap nigga shit, like some rappers came up with this platinum plan. How rappers go platinum, we're gonna do the platinum plan. It's just more bullshit. That's all it is, man. But once again, man, you got Jake that's gonna bite on this, man. Platinum plan, all right? So it's First Maccabees 1:11, in those days went there out of Israel very wicked men, which in this situation is all these people that's, these celebrities that's rocking with Trump or Biden, but just Trump in this sense, for the sake of the video, who persuaded many, all right? They have the power to persuade many, because you got niggas that will look at Lil Wayne and say, we got to do what Lil Wayne say, even though this nigga, come on, man, look at him. Look at Lil Wayne. That's somebody you want to follow, yo. And I'm not, a person to judge people off their appearance, but damn. You know what I'm saying? These dudes ain't political. They not none of that shit. They not leaders. They just famous niggas. Just like Malcolm X had said way back in the day that the quote unquote black community is the only community that who they leaders are celebrities, like comedians and actors and shit. You know what I'm saying? It says saying, let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, and that's what they doing with Esau. This platinum plan is a form of a covenant, man. A contract that they about to get with Esau. All right. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. All right. So the sorrowful state that Jake is in, a lot of Jakes say, this platinum plan might, get us in the door or whatever have you. All right. But once again, it's all some smoke and mirrors, some bullshit that Esau is presenting, man. And that's all it is. All right. But I just wanted to make that quick video. I ain't gonna hold you. I hope it was edifying. That I'm gonna say shalom.